Okay, the Premier League is back this weekend. So I'm going to run through my predictions for the first round of fixtures. Kicking us off tomorrow night, Liverpool take on Bournemouth. Liverpool, brilliant year last year. They've strengthened their team. Bournemouth lost quite a few key players. I think they'll be safe this year, but I think it might be a bit more of a struggle. And I think Liverpool will start things off with a win. So I've gone 3-0 Liverpool. Aston Villa take on Newcastle. Villa probably a quieter window than what they would have liked, restricted with the PSR rules. Newcastle obviously signed a Langer, getting Jacob Ramsey from Villa by the looks of it today or tomorrow. And then obviously the Isak situation isn't ideal. And Villa isn't an easy place to go and start the season. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 home win. Brighton take on Fulham. Brighton, they just seem to be brilliant in the transfer market. They sell players for really high prices. They then replace them with decent signings. So I think they're in for another good season. Fulham, I think they'll probably be around mid-table again. But I do fancy Brighton for this one. So I'm going for a 2-0 home win. Sunderland are back in the Premier League. Quite a big game from the off. I think West Ham are a team for them to target, try and finish above them if they've got any chance of survival. But yeah, I think the stadium light will be buzzing, and I think they'll get off to a win. So I'm going for a 2-1 home win. Tottenham start their Premier League campaign at home to Burnley off the back of their Super Cup defeat to PSG. Burnley, they had a really good defence in the Championship, but coming back to the Premier League, I think it'll be a struggle for them. Tottenham are surely in for a better season than last year, so I think they'll get off to a winning start. So I'm going for a 3-1 home win. Wolves take on Man City. Wolves, they obviously lost Cunha to Man United, out Nouri to Man City. I think they're in for a real tough season. Man City, it'd be interesting to see how well they can do. I'm not convinced they will get into the top two and fight for the title, but I think they got off to a winning start. So I'm going for a 3-0 away win. Forest start with a home game against Brentford. Forest, they got European football this year. Obviously, they'll be in the Europa League. Brentford lost key players, lost their manager. So I think it'll be a tough season for them. And I am going to go for a Forest 2-1 home win. Chelsea kick off the season at home to Palace. Chelsea, obviously Club World Cup champions, made some decent signings in the summer. Palace won the Community Shield against Liverpool, kept their team together. To be fair, they might lose Eze to Arsenal, but I feel like they are going to get off to a good start and nick a point at Chelsea. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Big game to kick things off on Sunday, Man United versus Arsenal. Man United, they will be better this year. They've made some really good signings, but I still don't fancy them to go toe-to-toe with a team like Arsenal yet. They're going to have to play their way into some form and settle down. Arsenal, they've added well to their squad. It'd be interesting to see how close they can get to Liverpool at the top this season. But yeah, I think they'll start with a win. So I've gone for a 2-0 away win. And finally, the Monday night football, see Leeds take on Everton. Big game at Ellen Road. I'm sure they'll be buzzing to be back. Everton, new stadium this year. I think they'll be perfectly safe. I've seen some people predict them to be close to the relegation zone, but I think they'll be fine. But yeah, I think Leeds, I get off to a positive start with a 1-1 draw. So they're my predictions for week one. Let's see how it goes.